Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Konstantinidis. You can call me Mike if more convenient to you. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Metis Cyberspace Technology. And today I have the challenge to introduce the subject of how the smart factories, not of the future, of today, they are riding this digital wave. I'll start with something very pleasant. I think we missed holidays, summer holidays. A nice picture make a good impression, and maybe it makes us feel better. But you know, the real life out there is not always that calm and peaceful. Usually, we need to be ready to face difficult situations as well. However, those ups and downs in life bring opportunities, like the various stages that industrial revolution have already seen. And of course, our company, Metis Cyberspace Technology, recognized that the process of not neither easy nor straightforward. We created a solution for the shipping sector initially, but now we're expanding since our platform has been already confirmed and appreciated by the market. We empower organizations in various industrial sectors towards their journey to digital transformation. Of course, our company, established just in 2016, already has very happy customers and solution that has presence in various places over the world, and of course a lot of billions of measurements every month being processed. Why shipping? Shipping was our initial target, since it's an industry that never settles. A lot of fluctuations of various parameters are really challenging, and our solution managed to address all those problems and provide some really actionable information to the ship owners. Our solution, which helps the shipping companies, of course, is an end-to-end digitalization solution that comprises from IoT equipment, cloud-based software, and of course, professional services. What we actually do is we assess the past, we monitor the present, and we reliably and accurately predict what will be the future behavior of various parameters. We use, of course, these technological elements of the Industry 4, like Industrial Internet of Things, sensors, cloud computing, big data analytics. The first step towards digital transformation process is to be able to measure what you would like to be able to manage afterwards. This famous quote is relevant to any business activity across the world. To be able to manage a smart fleet or factory, it's absolutely essential to be able to have regular, reliable, relevant data. Our solution is, of course, starts by the data acquisition. We need to create a reliable system that ensures the quality and the availability of the data. So for us was very challenging, and we created specific equipment that has to be installed if there is no other way of getting the data. And of course, the core of our solution is our platform, our Metis cloud-based platform, which provides a real-time monitoring, but a predictive based on artificial intelligence, mainly machine learning services. So some of the services that we do provide to our customers are more or less the services that any business needs is looking for. And of course, one of the major innovations that we introduced was our chatbot, we enable the users to interact with the system by simply typing in plain English questions, or Metis spontaneously sends some alerts, some reports, some notifications to the users in any channel, in any ways, Skype, whatever chat bot or whatever other means to be able to communicate with the system. You don't need to use it in the traditional way, but you can also interact. And this is actually what Industry 4 is about. Artificial intelligence, of course, is the technology that revolutionizes all the industry and all the aspects of our life. The artificial intelligence-driven decision making is what really changes the world as we know it right now. And of course, if you want to give some illustration on how the big data that we get from many different sensors are indecipherable. You cannot explain it very well. And of course, the statistical mathematical analysis helps a little bit, but it's not enough by its own. There comes the technology of artificial intelligence, which the analytics powered by artificial intelligence gives us the essential step into converting those indecipherable data to some actionable information and support for our decision-making processes. We do have a lot of satisfied customers, mainly in the shipping industry right now in multiple countries. However, we realized that those vessels are very much like factories that, and actually with an additional difficulty factor, which is that they are traveling across the oceans and they are facing extreme weather conditions. At the same time, we decided to apply our platform to other industrial sectors. Of course, we capitalize our technological expertise and experience in order to expand the scope and refine our integrated platform for use by other industries. This has been successfully already launched. We do have a big cement company, for example, with 24/7 operation, like most of our customers, a system made exclusively for any industry, and it's adaptable to be customized and address the needs and the requirements and the specifications of any business will. In this specific example that I have the opportunity to kindly introduce and present a little bit is we get data from more than 3,000 sensors from cement mills, from raw mills, or kilns, and packaging equipment, in order to be able to provide some operational support, let's say, to the decision makers based on artificial intelligence. See, here, I show you a rough diagram of how all this system works. And of course, all the data are hosted in Microsoft Azure, where we have a strategic cooperation. But the critical element is that we do have an open architecture. So customers, data scientists are able to be to have access to all the raw data or the utilizable data and develop their own routines, platforms in Python or any other development language, and to create their own programs and create their own customizable services if they wish. The structure has, of course, 4 main pillars. The data sources, very important to be able to have access to data. But, you know, a lot of customers they say, we do have data, but we don't get used to them. And this is one of the biggest challenges in the industry worldwide. Then we do have the augmentation process, where we need to fix a little bit the data to formulate them in order to be actually utilizable. Of course, the analysis pipeline and the analysis process is a very essential structural element of our solution. And last, but definitely not least, the value provision is what the customer sees, the user interface, and is actually the result that the users enjoy and they use. The four elements in Smart Factory, I couldn't spend much time on this, but we need to have in mind that we need to have data available. We need to have accessible data, because most of the time data have a lot of fragmentary information. We need to go to level 3 to activate those data and to transform them to action-oriented data. So, what are the challenges that we address? These 4 levels of data structure can help to evaluate the progress in regarding to becoming a smart factory and what steps need to be made in order to advance to the next level. Number 1 challenge is the lack of standardization. Everybody are fully aware of a lack of standardization. A lot of different protocols, interfaces are needed to be connected. So this is one of the challenges that we already have the technology and the know-how to fix. Second is the quality of this data. You know very well that a lot of times electronics gives you some garbage, wrong measurements. We need to be able to clean this, to filter this, and the technology of artificial intelligence is really very helpful on recognizing which measurements are totally wrong, are unjustable. So we need to justify them. Challenge number 3 is the business know-how. If you don't step into the core of the physical subject, it's not possible to provide some actionable and useful information. So our engineers are studying very carefully the business needs and the actual subject of each industry in order to be able to be useful. And last but definitely not least is the adaptability. The technology evolves very quickly and very often, so we need to be always able to adopt the new technological trends and provide access to the engineers of the industry to all the raw data and be able to help them to utilize the data and utilize the new technology trends, which is extremely important. Of course, probably the biggest challenge of all is the role of the human element. The challenges we faced in our course so far are important. However, the biggest challenge of all is how, technology doesn't replace the humans. Technology augments the humans, make them much more productive. And this is something that we need to be able to strongly understand and put focus on it. As the smart factory emerges, the role of the people is more and more important. People take more complex roles and become much more productive and much more efficient. And this is the biggest challenge, and this is our biggest ambition, to provide to the people the help and the technology that makes them much, much more essential. The biggest challenge in the smart factory concept and the biggest benefits is how to optimize the efficiency, enhance the decision-making process, and of course, lower the cost. Always keeping in mind the environmental factor. The environmental footprint is always optimized when you save costs and you save energy consumption. Actually, the ones who will be able to crack the code will be the ones that get the competitive advantage. The adaptability is the key. If we want to be able to survive in the next era, we need to be able to adapt the changes. And this is the biggest challenge for all of us. Of course, the most difficult part to step into the digital era is that it requires us to change the way of thinking, the way of acting. The industry will need to adopt a different point of view. This is the mindset change. So, I usually finish my presentations with this challenge. We are not able to stop the digital wave, but we can learn how to ride it, how to use it, how to take benefit out of it, how to gain the competitive advantage. At MIDI Cyberspace Technology, we are very proud to say that we have provenly provide such contribution on this digital journey. Thank you very much. My contact details are here, and I'm, of course, at your disposal for any question or clarification needed. you.